Hello everybody, Kenji aka Numat the Nummy here, bringing you another YouTube draft. Once again, we have a holiday cube, which is powered, so you might see some Power 9 along with some other broken cards in this draft. Unfortunately, we did not get one here, but we did open some nice one. I only have 18 seconds here, so I'm going to go over a quick Bribery, Oath of Druids, Sword of Body and Mind, Recurring Nightmare, Stoneforge, some lands. Here I think you can either take Sword of Body and Mind or Bribery. I'm going to go ahead and take the Bribery, although Sword of Body and Mind is arguably the best sword out there. Bribery is just so nice since people are running, you know, Eldrazi's, Blightsteals, all the nice cards to steal from them. And well, blue's probably the best color, so don't mind starting off with that. We immediately get past what? A Basalt Monolith stands out to me. Ponder is fine. Tree Speaker, nicknamed Soul Ring, although in creature form. Mishra's Workshop is certainly sweet, although I don't know if you want to take it this early. Some Planeswalkers. I'd like to take Ponder here, but the power level of Ponder is a little bit lower than some of the other cards. The nice thing is, Ponder, Preordain, all those type of cards are a lot better in Powered Cube, where you're predominantly looking for either combo pieces or just really strong cards in general. So I don't mind taking the Ponder here and passing the Tree Speaker and the Basalt Monolith. It keeps me blue if nothing else. Ooh, here's a nice one. So there are multiple draw 7s in this format, one of them being this Memory Jar. There's also Time Twister, Wheel of Fortune. What else is there? I mean, there are probably some more. Oh, Time Spiral. Just some really nice cards, and certainly fun when you're playing like Storm or any combo-ish deck. Lion's Eye Diamond also goes into that Storm deck, as I was just talking about. Last time I did the cube draft, I had a Splinter Twin deck, and I think we lost in the semis. Not sure if I want to take Pestermite here, although it is certainly decent to take it early. That way, if you do pick up Splitter Twin or Kiki Jiki, you already have one of the combo pieces. I'm looking at Memory Jar, Pestermite, and Volcanic Island. I think I just like the combo too much. I think in Cube you just want to be doing the combos, or just broken things in general. Sure, you can build the fair decks. The decks that prey on, you know, the combo decks and whatnot, they run cards like the Relic Order, but I think it's more fun when I'm doing infinite combos. Here, I think I'm just going to jam Impulse pretty easily. It's, again, as I was mentioning before about Ponder and Preordain, digs you to your combo pieces or your Insano cards, and it keeps me blue. I am passing a Dark Confidant here, which would certainly be okay, and Light and Tutor can not find anything yet, but there are plenty of good artifacts and enchantments to find. Double Off-Color Signet, certainly okay as well, and a Damnation. But I think we'll go ahead and just take Impulse. Stay blue. Ooh, some nice ones here. Alrighty. Time Spiral, one of the draw 7s I was talking about. Nasty Terasti's pretty good. Inkwell's a great tinker target and just a nice beater in general. Also a good reanimate target. All of the green creatures that destroy an artifact or enchantment are highly playable. They don't have to be green. It could just be any creature that destroys an artifact or enchantment. Those cards are all very good in the Powered Cube. Cards like Manic Vandal, Torch Fiend also quite solid. Bloodghast is cool. If you end up taking a Skull Clamp or a Recurring Nightmare, can lead to some pretty nice Wombo combos. We passed the Recurring Nightmare pick 1, pack 1, but just something to note. Here, I think I'm going to go ahead and take Time Spiral. Just draw 7, untaps all your lands, reshuffles all the combo pieces if you have any and if they're already dead. So, pretty easy pick there for me. Okay, Thalia. Thalia is one of the best of the hate creatures. You know, of the quote-unquote fair hate creatures. Just hoses some combos, like Storm especially. But it also makes, you know, the Mox cost 1, all the Signets cost 3, etc., etc. Here, I think we're looking at Shadow Mage Infiltrator, or maybe even Tangle Wire, both quite nice. Pretty big fan of Tangle Wire. it just goes into any deck, really. It buys you time, or if you're already ahead, it just, you know, snowballs that effect. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Tangle Wire here over like Survival or anything like that. Lots of good cards, but again, Powered Cube, to be expected that you find a lot of good cards. Well, Academy Ruins with Tangle Wire is kind of cool, but not the biggest fan of Academy Ruins. I think Regrowth here is actually the best pick. Regrowth is quite good in Powered Cube, especially if you're getting like Time Walk or Ancestral Recall back. I mean, those are the dreams, obviously, but even getting a card like Ponder or Impulse is certainly fine. Unfortunately, can't not get Time Spiral back since you exile it, but getting Bribery back is certainly a thing as well. Yeah, it's a little bit awkward taking this after passing Jiraga Tree Speaker and some other nice green, but no, that's a pretty good sign for green. Raphalos is certainly one of the premium 2-drops that you can get in green. I mean, yes, ideally you want to be pretty heavy green, because not only does it cost double green, but his ability requires forests. The more forests, the better. But yeah, pretty good pickup. Pretty good signal, too. Probably not going to wheel the Jiraga Tree Speaker, but hopefully we can see some other green cards on the way back. Alright, nothing too special here. We're probably going to end up taking the Temple Garden just in case we end up splashing something. Produces green, yada yada. Bribes is fine. Electrolyze is certainly decent as well. And I'm not locked to green by any means, but I think taking the land here is probably safe. It's either that or hedging on Electrolyze. Both are fine. Yeah, the cantrip is certainly tempting, but I'll go ahead and just take the land here. Wow, okay, so we did wheel the Jiraga Tree Speaker and the Garrick in the pack, but that's, I think that's a pretty insane sign. Again, this was affectionately known as Soul Ring, or is affectionately known as Soul Ring, so I can't pass that up here. We are passing a Parallax Wave. Pretty good sign for green to be open. Now, Ranker is not one that I generally like to run. It's a little bit too fair in Holiday Cube. I think here instead we'll just take Lion's Eye Diamond. It already combos with Time Spiral, and we can always pick up Time Twister to also combo it off. As I was mentioning before, Artifact and Enchantment removal is very, very main deckable, very good in this format, and Croson Grip's a nice one. Split Second, they can't respond, they can't counter. Pithing Needle's fine as well. You can turn off a lot of the important cards, a lot of Planeswalkers. Unlike the Revoker, this can name lands, so you can turn off, you know, Treetop Village or what have you. I'm correct about that, right? I'm not making... Okay. Enters name a card. Yeah. But unlike Pithing Needle, the Revoker can turn off mana abilities. So something to note between those two cards. Alright, well, how did pack 1 go? We first picked the Bribery. Didn't see too much other blue, although we did get some nice card filtering and draw effects in the blue. Green was open. We got a late Raphalos after taking Regrowth, and then we wheeled the Tree Speaker, so we're looking to be a green deck here. Did not wheel the Indrik Stomp Howler or the Reclamation Sage. Something to remember. Ooh, Tinker is certainly a spicy one, but the problem is I've already passed the Inkwell Leviathan. Let's see, what other good targets are there for Tinker? There's Sphinx of the Steelwind. I guess you could get Time Vault, potentially. Guild of Lotus is fine, but we've already passed Memory Jar, we've already passed the Sword of Body and Mind. I think the upside there is for Tinker. Otherwise, I would be taking the Sylvan Library pretty easily. This is another very, very nice card. Hopefully we can wheel the Acidic Slime. But I think on power level alone, I'm going to go with the Tinker and see where this ends up. Might not be the best pick, but it's certainly the most fun. Hopefully we can get a Blightsteel Colossus and just really go off. Another interesting pack. I think I'm kind of forced at this point to take the Mere Battlesphere after taking Tinker. Otherwise I might jam the Sword of Feast and Famine here. Although that being said, Sword of Feast and Famine is another Tinker target. It's one of the best swords. You know, and there's always the chance that we get, like, the Blightsteel Colossus. This is actually a close pick. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and take the sword here. Since we're going to be green-based, we're going to generally have quite a few weenie creatures to equip the sword to. Would love a Venser, but got to take one of these artifacts here, and I think I'll try for the sword first. Alrighty, what do we got? Green Sun Zenith, Birthing Pod, Mole Drifter. Dak Faden's certainly a scary one. With all the powerful artifacts in this format, Dak is... excuse me. Quite nice. Whew. The yawns are real. I think I'm just going to lead with the Zenith, though. We already have Tree Speaker and Raphaelos, and there are plenty of other nice targets that we can get throughout the draft, I'm sure. We've already passed the Terrastid on the first pack, but we can still get like Craterhoof Behemoth, even like an Oracle of Moldiah is pretty solid. Right now our deck's looking pretty fair as far as Holiday Cube goes, but hopefully we can get some nice ones. And I think Consecrated Sphinx fills the nice one role pretty well. Although we have, a lot of other cards that we would like to take here. Consecrated Sphinx is just a win con. And it draws you lots and lots of cards, especially with Time Spiral. If you're able to cast Consecrated Sphinx into a Time Spiral, well, then you can potentially draw up to, 14 cards off of the triggers from Consecrated Sphinx, in addition to the 7 cards that you've already drawn. Again, not a huge fan of passing the Garruk or the Gilded Lotus, or even the Sylvan Caryatid, but Consecrated Sphinx is too good. To note, we are passing Glitter Blossom. Palin Kron, what do you do for me? Nothing really. Nor does Turnabout. This pack's unfortunate. Does Turnabout have any uses for me? I guess we could still do some weird stormy nonsense if we pick up like Mind's Desire. Although I guess Palinkron would fit the same role as that. But we don't have the Heartbeat of Spring or the Mirari's Wake yet. Not that we're trying to look out for them. Not a very good pack for us. Sword of War and Peace. Alright, well. This is a notch below Sword of Feast and Famine and a few notches below the Body and Mind, which, if we play against the Body and Mind, we're going to be a little bit sad unless we draw our Krosan Grip currently. I guess I take it here. Nature's Claim's fine, but not amazing. And this can certainly get them out of nowhere. Need to pick up some more elves. Some cheap mana producers, since we have both of these early swords. And Deranged Hermit's certainly a nice one. If we pick up opposition, then Deranged Hermit becomes really, really good. Girl Signet also in the pack. Not the biggest fan of Talrand. There is some consideration to taking the Grill Signet, since we did take the Tinker. It's an early artifact to sacrifice, but we're still looking out for those big artifact bombs, so I'm just going to go ahead and take Deranged here. Alright. Tutor Disc Revoker. Tutor can find Ponder, Impulse. It finds Tinker, which could be really good. Regrowth, Krosan. Oh, it finds Bribery, which is really nice. Time Spiral, Green Sun. Again, should probably take an artifact here, but Mystical Tutor can find a lot of nice cards. A pretty poopy pack. Kira does not combo well with swords. You have to end up equipping them twice. I guess I could take the Adarkar Wastes. Again, mixing white splash pretty easy, but we don't even have anything to splash for white. Maybe I'll just take Tomb. Kira, not what I'm looking for here. Not with double sword, anyways. There's a late Hero of Bladehold. Just cack that off, I suppose. Elspeth in the pack. Seething Song, Abyss. Another pretty poopy one. Take the land, just in case we splash black. Yeah, 4 spike's fine. Looks like the Storm deck was open, but nobody wanted it. Some junky trunkies. Alright, well, one more pack to go. And we're still looking like a pretty fair deck. only a few early creatures I have right now for the double sword, so still looking for some mana producers or like Augur of Bolas type creatures. Excuse me. It's weird. Whenever I'm doing draft videos, I always get more tired and my throat gets more hoarse quickly than when I'm streaming. Not sure why that is. Anyways, what are we looking for? We're looking for Time Walk, obviously. Ancestral Recall, obviously. On-color Moxes, obviously. Alexandria, Library, Soul Ring. But then second tier cards, there are plenty of them. Opposition. Again, Opposition doesn't look great right now, but with Deranged Hermit, is it insane? Oh, how about a Black Lotus? Oh, how about a Time Vault? And a Channel, holy moly. Wow, this pack is insane. Man, I love jamming Time Vault just because I love taking infinite turns. But we don't have a way to consistently go off with it. We do have Pestermite, which untaps it at once. We also have Turnabout, which could untap at once, but I don't think that's good enough. Wow, what an insane pack. Okay. If we're lucky, I guess we reel one of these. Probably end up wheeling Fauna Shaman, when I'd rather have Control Magic or Remand, but I'm not going to pass the Black Lotus. If we had Tezzeret, I would consider taking Time Vault, because, again, we already have Tinker. But Black Lotus here seems like an easy pickup. Yuck, yuck, yuck. What is this pack? This pack is junk. Still looking for creatures to hold these swords. Windswept Heath is nice. It finds two of these shocklands, but they don't produce double of our color. I think the pick here is either Spellskite or Wall of Roots. And Spellskite happens to be an artifact, and it can attack, unlike the Wall of Roots, so I'm going to go ahead and take that here. This can also prevent some combos from going off. Oof! Man, there's the Cura's Follower. We could have had the Cura's Follower Time Vault. That would have been sick. I think here we're going to probably end up taking the Eternal Witness. You can turn one Black Lotus, add 3 green, Eternal Witness, get back Black Lotus. Yeah, plenty of value cards that we have, and Eternal Witness is a nice one. Any consideration for Scepter? Hits Tutor, which is good. Impulse, yeah, probably just Eternal Witness here. Alright, well, looks like we find a Garruk Primal Hunter. Certainly seems fine. I'm going to move this Tinker over to the sideboard. Did not get the Blightsteel Colossus, and don't have too many early artifacts to really sack it into anything good. And Garruk it is. Also produces creatures for swords, which is nice. Still not doing anything too unfair, but yeah, we got some nice cards. Not sure what our entire game plan is right now. I guess we're trying to bribery one of their creatures. Like, hopefully their deck has some fatty in it, and then we can seal it. Either that, or we hit him a few times with the sword on one of our early drops. So currently coming up on pick 5. You're unlikely to see anything too broken here. Oh, man. That's really unfortunate. We could have had both Tezzeret and Cura's Follower for the Time Vault. Well, we're certainly not wheeling to the Time Vault, and if we do, or I don't think it's worth the risk of taking Tezzeret over Nissa, and this is a nice win con for us. Although Tezzeret does search up the lands, and searches for Black Lotus for 0. I guess that is pretty valuable. You know what? Oh, gosh. Really tempted to take Tezzeret, but there's just no way you wheel Time Vault. Yeah, I'm going to take this. I'm going to play it safe. Oh, there we go. Ding, ding, ding. Blightsteel Colossus. Get back in, Tinker. Okay. What are we passing here? Thirst for Knowledge is nice. Cradle's not great in our deck unless we hit the Deranged Hermit. But Blightsteel, there's a Tinker target for you. And again, we have the, where is it? The Mystical Tutor to find Tinker. Kind of sweet. Probably cutting Pestermite right now, which seems weird since it's a creature, and we do want creatures, but this is just not the deck for them. Alright, Thrun's pretty good. Quite nice with the sword. Sometimes this Thrun single-handedly beats some decks. Passing a Beast Within, but yeah, easy last roll. Looter's excellent. That's a nice one to hold on to a sword, for sure. Alright, looks like we're getting there. Not super busted, but yeah, Tinker Blightsteel is certainly a thing. We have some nice Planeswalkers, Sphinx, Double Sword, Lotus. Can I end up cutting this Green Sun? We have Tree Speaker on 2, Raphaelos on 3, Witness on 4, Thrun on 5, Deranged Hermit on 6. I guess that's too good to pass up. Probably end up cutting like Force Spike. Alright, so somebody indeed took the Time Vault. Fauna Shaman's fine. I don't actually know if I'm going to run it, but it is fine indeed. It's not bad with Blightsteel. In fact, this gives me a way to shuffle the Blightsteel back into my deck if I have it in my hand. Alright. What else can I cut here? I was contemplating cutting the Pithing Needle, but it's a cheap artifact to sack to Tinker. In fact, we can even turn 1 Tinker if we have Lotus, Pithing Needle, Tinker, and just a land. Play the Pithing Needle, play the Black Lotus, add 3 blue, sack the Pithing Needle, get Blightsteel. Clearly the dream, but it's always good to dream once in a while. Not sure what we're cutting. Could be cutting Deranged Hermit. Not really interested in any of these cards. I might play Serendib, I suppose. Scepter Wield. Nope, still pretty poor in our deck. I'm gonna hate draft that Quasali Pride Mage. Gaddock Teague. These are some of the nice green-white hate bears in the format. Alright, well. Yeah, we'll cut the Hermit. Can probably cut... what else? Again, I think Green Sun's pretty sweet. But maybe we can cut Green Sun now. Tree Speaker, Raphaelos, Eternal Witness. I mean, it feels weird cutting the Green Sun, but I don't know. Maybe it's an okay thing to do. I'm just looking for cuts, really, at this point. Non-artifact cuts. Not gonna cut the Croson Grip. Alright, let's double check this Mystical Tutor. It finds Ponder, Impulse, Regrowth, Tinker, Grip, Bribery, Time Spiral. That's good enough. I guess I could cut Time Spiral. Yeah, you know what? I think we can probably cut Time Spiral. It's awkward cutting a draw 7, but we're not comboing off. The only thing we can do is Tinker. And that's just a 2-card combo. Not anything like Time Vault, untap, untap, untap. Yeah, well, as far as fair decks go, I think this one's not too shabby. It does have ways to interact. It's got some broken things that it can do. And it has some broken cards. I actually have no fixing? Wow, that's kind of insane. I remember passing Tropical Island in the first pack. But I don't think we saw Breeding Pool. I don't think we saw Yavimaya Coast. In fact, we saw very, very few signets. Yeah, somebody's going to have the artifact deck for sure. I guess we're going 10-7. We don't need many islands, and we want the early green. Yeah, I think I can get away with 10-7. Also helps Nissa. That's what they suggest as well. Wow, this might be the first time I've ever had 0 non-basics in my Holiday Cube deck. That's very interesting. Just double check here. Force Spike, Pestermite, Serendib, Time Spiral, Green Sun, Hermit. Yeah, I think we're going to run it like this and see how it goes. If they're more creature-based, we can bring in the Deranged Hermit for multiple chumpers or just a, an army of squirrels. All right, looks good to me. We will see you back for round 1. Alrighty, round 1 here rather, with our blue-green, pretty fair deck. Ugh. And we got one I'm gonna have to ship here because this doesn't do anything until turn 5. Yep, not good enough. Let's go down to 6. Well, apparently, they want me to go down to 5 cards because this is unacceptable. I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to keep this one. Doesn't do much, but I think it's just better than the 4s. Good luck, have fun. No, don't thought seize me, bro. Raphellos. Yeah, pretty bad when I don't have 2 green sources to play. Well, I think we're going to have to get a little bit lucky to win this one, but we'll have to see. Blue-black. The old turn 2 Beether Blossom. Ooh, that's a nice draw. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and snap Cross and grip that. Nothing else to do anyways, and I don't want him to get a fairy token. Maze of Ith turn 3? Well, that means something. That's interesting. I guess he doesn't have anything for 3 mana, or he's missing lands. Yeah, I'm just going to jam this Sword of Feast and Famine. We're looking to hit a forest here, because Thrun completely negates the Maze of Ith. He remanded the sword, that's fine. The only thing Thrun is bad against is going to be Liliana or Diabolic Edict. Night Veil Spectre, that resolves as well. Oof. Well, I guess we have a different game plan if we don't hit a forest. Just tinker into a Blightsteel. Which actually doesn't do anything since he has the Maze of Ith. I take that back. Yeah, that Spectre's going to do us some work. And he hit a forest, of course. Of course, you horse, you horse. This is definitely not where we want to be. Pack Rat. Interesting. Is there anything I can tinker for besides Blightsteel? Otherwise, I don't really want to show him that. Let me go look at the deck editor real quick. See if there's anything that we can do here. I can get Pithing Needle, Spellskite, Tangle Wires. Tangle Wire's too slow right now. I can get Black Lotus, Tinker Black Lotus, play Raphellos. Tinker Black Lotus, next turn play Bribery. You know what, I can tinker away the sword for Black Lotus, add 3 green, regrowth the Black Lotus, and then play Thrun. But then I don't have a sword anymore. All of these options are not very good. I think I'm just going to wait to see if we hit a land next turn, and if we don't, I might just scoop it up. Hitting lands off the Night Veil Spectre for him is pretty good because it allows him to discard cards to the Pack Rat while still making his land drops. Searing Spear. Okay, well, I certainly can't say I was expecting that. And he hit another forest, man. So unlucky. Right, well. Cross our fingers. I guess I should have put the island on top of the Garrick. Oh, is this just dying? Searing Spear, or sorry, Ultimate Price. Alright. Well, I think that's good enough here. He can hit me for 3, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, he can hit me for 4, 8, 9, 10. I think we're just scooping this game. Discards Rakdos Signet. Okay, so he's playing a Grixis of some variety. I'm not going to show him anymore. There's nothing else we can do at this point. Rolling to 5 and, well, not doing anything. Certainly didn't help there. Okay, you know, I don't think I'm going to bring anything in. We just got pretty unlucky. Although it's really, really bad to know that he has Mazavith for Blightsteel Colossus. Hopefully we can keep a 7-carder and give my opponent more of a game. Now this is pretty average as well, but I don't think you can mulligan this. Obviously better than our other hands that we kept the previous game. Turn 1, Preordain. Alright. So this guy was taking some of our blue cards. I guess the dream would be to turn 2 Fauna Shaman and then draw Black Lotus on turn 3 for the fast sword beats. We saw Remand game 1, we saw Ultimate Price, Searing Spear. We saw that as well. Well, do I want to ditch the Consecrated Sphinx for anything else? I mean, I could ditch it for like Ewit or something, but that seems terrible. I think I'm just going to go with the sword here. Hopefully that connects next turn. Not likely versus Grixis, but you never know. Make him have an answer. Alright, let's see what he's got. Skin Render, maybe? Flame Tongue? Oh, Murderous Cut. Alright, that happens. You can tell because he was delving away. Ooh, that's a nice draw. We can play it and then immediately equip it, which is nice because it's giving it pro black immediately. So if he does have Ultimate Price or what have you, can't kill it. And with Shadow, it seems pretty likely that it will get in if it survives. Chrome Mox, Imprinting... Skin... He did have a Skin Render. What do we got here, buddy? 6 mana, something. Ooh, Wormcoil Engine. Alright, fair enough. You know what? The sad thing is I don't have anything to do with the extra mana I'm going to get. I'm just making him discard. Like, there's no reason to Crozum Grip right now. We'll have to see what we hit off the looter. I guess I didn't need to play my land there. Alright, let's see what we loot first. Ooh, Ewit's a nice hit. Yeah, I guess I'm discarding Forest. He discarded Island. Then we can Eternal Witness back our Fauna Shaman. I'm gonna go ahead and take a hit here from the Wormcoil. It's not too bad for me. 1 card left in the opponent's hand. He might just be activating Mishra's Factory, which is fine. I'll snap block with the Eternal Witness here. If he doesn't play out his last card, then the looter's going to make him discard it. Or rather, the sword's going to make him discard it. Alright, last card is indeed 4 mana. Solemn Simulacrum. Okay. Well, the Crozum Grip's gonna find something nice eventually. Let's hit a land here, that'd be nice. Perfect. Now we're going to move the sword over to the Consecrated Sphinx after combat. Do I want the Crozum Grip or do I want to keep the Impulse? This is actually tricky. What am I going to be impulsing for? I mean, I guess it digs me deeper. Yeah, we probably want the impulse. Corrosion Grip's nice, but certainly better hits that we can hit. Ooh, so we can get Regrowth, which gets back Ewit, which gets back Corrosion Grip. We can take Thrun, we can take Nissa. All of these very good options. What does Mystical Tutor find? Mystical Tutor finds Bribery. Bribery's pretty solid. I kind of like taking the... Well... This is an interesting choice. Remember, we're drawing 2 cards with the Consecrated Sphinx here. On his turn. And the rest are going on the bottom of the library. Decisions. Mystical Tutor also gets Tinker, which gets Blightsteel. Yeah, that's probably good enough. I'll take the Mystical Tutor here. Move the sword over. And pass turn. We still don't need to do this now. Because if he makes us discard, we want to... we want to cast the Mystical in response. Yeah, we'll just sack off the Shaman. Don't need it anymore. Alright. Tutor end of turn. So I can get Tinker or Bribery. Which one's better, do you think? I feel like tinkering for Blightsteel probably just wins. But then that means I'm either sacking Black Lotus or Sword. I guess I don't need the Lotus anymore. Might actually be better to get Bribery. We saw Nightveil Spectre and Pack Rat, and neither of those we want really badly, but he could... What else could he have? Lots of things, I'm sure. And I don't want to get the... Man, the thing is, if I tinker for Blightsteel and he has a control magic or something, I just get completely wrecked. I think it's going to be safe to take Bribery here. Alright. Grave Titan, so he did have a Sower. I think Glenalendra is just an easy hit here. Nicol Bolas, Maze of Ith, yeah. We want to take the Glenalendra, so... Well, Actually, taking Sower means I get Wormcoil Engine? That is certainly tempting as well. But then we just can't protect it from some of his removals. I feel like Glenalendra is the safest, but we're not really racing the Wormcoil Engine if that's the case. Grave Titan's another fine hit. Trades away with the Wormcoil. Man, am I going to play it loosey-goosey here and take the Sower? If I take Sower, he can kill it with Dismember. 2, 4, 6. Just Dismember, actually. Because I'll move the sword over to the Sower. Yeah, I like that play. I like that play a lot. It's also Ponder. Oh, he had Ultimate Price in his hand. Oh, I should have known that too, looking at his deck. That was bad of me. I'm going to shuffle that away. That was bad of me. Because we had looked at his... Or we had saw that game one and we didn't see it this game. I guess that was poor play. Alright, Spellskite seems fine. I can actually go ahead and move this sword over here. since we can just redirect. Oh! Wow, I'm really stupid. I shouldn't have done that either. Because if I try to redirect like a black spell to Spellskite, it doesn't work. Yeah, I'm playing this game pretty poorly. I guess I deserve to lose this one, don't I? Oh, there we go. There's a way we can deal with it. So we're gonna... Oh, another nice hit. So we're gonna make sure not to play the land pre-combat since we have a Sword of War and Peace here. Is he remanding? Alright. I guess to draw a card and then I get to draw 2 cards. Interesting. This Consecrated Sphinx is doing work. I'm gonna go ahead and pithing... Well, no. I guess I don't need to do that. Oh wait, yes I do. I'm gonna Pithing Needle. This makes me lose 1 life. Because I'm not gaining it with the sword, but... It's safer versus, Sure, so he did draw the Dismember. Okay. I'm gonna name Nicol Bolas here. Go to attacks. Tap our lands. Discard his card. Oh, I did that backwards. I should have made him lose a life, and then, well. I'm very bad at this game. Alright. Let's regrowth the Bribery, and then steal his Glenalendra. I think. No, that's irrelevant now. I guess Grave Titan is still just what we want to get. I'm sure I've played this game all loosey-goosey, but... That's the price we all pay. Why is that the price we pay? I don't know. I'm just talking out of my butt. Alright, trading with the Grave Titan. So we want to stack it this way first, so he loses the life. And then he discards. Alright. I did something right this game. Repeat, I did something right this game. Oh, well, this is going to be an embarrassing video to upload to YouTube, but you know what? On the bright side, now you'll know I'm human and not some mechanical robot. You just gain your 3. It's better to keep the zombies to attack with him next turn. We don't mind tapping. Pithing Needle can be tapped. That can be tapped. Ship it. I'm embarrassed. Pretend like that game didn't happen, and then I will try to play better next game. Alright? Let's just pretend that never happened. Nothing happened there. I'm really tempted to take out the Blightsteel. Is that bad? I'm really tempted to take out the Blightsteel since he has the Sower, and I don't have a good way to kill the Sower. What would I bring in? Just like Pestermite and Serendib? I think I might actually do that. I know that's It's kind of heresy, but... Or maybe Pestermite and Force Spike. Yeah, let's do that instead. I just get really scared. I'm glad I have the bribery so that he couldn't bribery away my Blightsteel. Alright, what do we got? Pretty similar hand to the last game, but I think it's a decent one. Opponent mulligan to 6. We can always pitch the Pestermite to the Fauna Shaman, find something else. Hey, that's a pretty nice draw. So that gives me... Do I even want to cast that? I can play Black Lotus, add 3 blue, float a green, Pestermite, untap, and play Fauna Shaman. I don't think that's good enough. I think we just want to go turn 2 Fauna Shaman, turn 3, go for the Sword of War and Peace on it. Pack Rat, sure. You know, I'm going to play it now just in case he goes to make me discard. Then I can just Pestermite if we need to. Well, Mishra's Factory is not Mutavault, so that doesn't combo with Pack Rat. Signet is fine. That means he can't Pack Rat this turn. I think I'm going for it. Oh, I lied. I think I'm briberying. After attacks. Feels like he's F6'd as well. Yeah, alright. So, what does he have in his hand? He has Grave Titan in hand. That's good to know. He has Glenalendra in his hand. That's good to know. Oh, those are the 2 cards. He has Glenalendra and he has Grave Titan in hand. Beautiful. Grave Titan, Glenalendra. So I assume we're going to be seeing a Glenalendra this turn. I could be wrong, but that's what it feels like in any case. Well, maybe not. He's not adding blue. What did he draw? Skin Render. Okay, so Skin Render, Glenalendra, and Grave Titan. Glenalendra and Grave Titan. Oh, wait, what? Now I'm just confused. Now I have no idea what he has. Maybe I missed them. I figure he's got one of them in his hand. This must be Grave Titan coming down. Huh. Interesting. So interesting. Alright, well, fortunately for us, we can end of turn Pestermite, tap down the Volcanic Island so he can't counter Nissa nor Sword. I mean, I could play Nissa, untap the forests, and play Sword. That's probably the safest thing to play around the counters. I cannot see the interface, though. Alright, there we go. No, I think I just passed turn. Go to equip next turn. Have active Nissa. Got some swords and stuff. We're looking in pretty good shape. Alright, Corrosive Grip's also a nice one. Let's make one of these forests a bad boy. Let's make one of these forests a bad boy, shall we? Uh-oh. Fast effects. 1, 2, 3, 4. Murderous cut. That resolves. That resolves just fine, buddy. Now, he can't counter the Corrosive Grip because it has split second. If he wants to double block the forest, I'm A-okay with that. If he also wants to just take it, I'm fine with that. Yeah, game plan is just to make another land a 4/4 trample next turn, and that should do the trick. We can split second the Mishra's Factory, too, if he decides to turn that into a creature. Extra backup. I think we want to move the sword over to the Fauna Shaman at this point. Orb Coil can already eat any of his creatures. And this means the Fauna Shaman needs to be double blocked. Oh, fast effects. Oh, what's going on? Oh, he's just making a rat, sure. Ancient Grudge. Oh, that's also fine. And didn't opt to make Mishra's Factory a creature. Is that lethal? He has to throw something in front, and then he's taking... No, he's going to 1 here. Yeah, it turns out Black Lotus is a good card. This is... okay, I guess this works. Yeah, let's just kill the Skin Render. Because if I kill the Glenelendra, then he still has the Skin Render, and he has 2 creatures, yada yada yada. I don't think there was anything in his deck that we saw that could deal with this. Alrighty. Well, don't be impressed with my play. Just be impressed with the outcome. How about that? Bribery, Black Lotus. And I guess this is a decent one, too. Oh, has he been ripping more removal? Jeez, look at that. Yeah, I'm not even going to Corrosive Grip. It doesn't matter. He's still just dead. All of my creatures are lethal. Can only block 2. He can only block 2, and we will be going to round 2. So good news. Good news. Alright, opponent. Let's not make this any slower. Okay, GG's. And we will be back immediately for round 2. Stay tuned. Alright, alright. Round 2 of our blue-green Black Lotus Holiday Cube. We won the die roll. Ooh. Turn 4 Blightsteel Colossus. I'm going to keep this. In the dark, this is game 1. I have no idea what the opponent's running. Let's have a little fun, shall we? Let's have a little fun. Would not recommend this at home, kids. I guess the best draws here are like Pithing Needle into Black Lotus for the turn 2. For the turn 2 Blightsteel. Would not recommend, again, would not recommend keeping this type of hand, but in the dark, turn 4 Blightsteel, I gotta try it. I gotta see if this pays off. Could even be turn 3 if we draw Pithing Needle or Spellskite. This is what I like to call YOLO mode. Green. Green is a good sign. Looter Core. Yeah, great draw. Great draw. In fact, we might just play Sword and equip it to Looter instead of tinkering away. Red-green. Oh, maybe Looter's not going to live. Ooh, Sylvan Library. Rafellos. Hey, man, this is... Well, it turns out if you keep a bad hand, you can draw pretty well. Let's hit him for 1 here. If I draw a Croson Grip, I'm probably just going to grip the library instead of going for the... oh, jeez. This is brutal. This is brutal, friends. New game plan. I'm gonna have 7 mana next turn. So I can play Sword of Feast and Famine, equip it to the looter, attack, make him discard, untap, tinker it away. Assuming it lives. Assuming my Rafellos and my looter live. Which might be asking a little bit much, but... Alright, well, he didn't pay life to keep any cards. So I guess that's a good thing. Alright, well, here we go. Sword of Feast and Famine you. Last opponent had the Ancient Grudge. Go to equip. Attack for 3? Yeah? Alright, discard a card and I will loot and untap my lands. Don't need that land. I mean, I could probably just win here with swords. I can actually lose the game if I tinker away my Sword of Feast and Famine for Blightsteel. Because he could go like a Mox or Mana Crypt into Zealous Conscripts, steal the Blightsteel. I guess I can't play Scared. I'm just gonna do it. I've been playing Scared every game. But you know what? What the hell? Let's have some fun. If he steals it with Zealous Conscripts, more power to him. But he needs a mana, an additional mana source this turn to make that happen. If not, he has to deal with the turn 4 Blightsteel. Okay. I just don't want to see a Mox or a Mana Crypt or a Time Vault or... Dak Faden! Oh, God! Punished severely. Punished severely. What do I have to deal with that? Oh, God. Well, this is why you don't YOLO mode, folks. What can I regrowth? Regrowth, Tinker, Tanglewire? Does that that doesn't do enough. Holy moly, Batman. Regrowth, Sword of Feast. No, that doesn't do anything either. Nissa. And Nissa's not bad. Play Nissa, have 1 floating. No, that doesn't work. Wow, am I just dead? Three, 4, 5. I mean, I can go like this, I guess. I guess I should be looting with the looter instead of making a land here. That's super awkward. Well. Oh, Blightsteel. Why you gotta do this to me, buddy? I actually don't have any outs. Nope. Indestructible is the thing. Can't Croson Grip that. Man. So, turns out I would have just easily won had I kept going with the Sword of Feast and Famine instead of getting greedy with the Tinker. Serves me right. Serves me right. That is a 12-10 Blightsteel Colossus. You don't see that every day, friends. He's attacking Nissa? Oh god. I don't even have to block if he does. No, he's attacking. He's attacking me. Okay. I was gonna say that'd be an absurd attack. Well, dead next turn, barring anything insane. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he has enough permanents to block a Reno. Alright. GG. Let that be a lesson to you all. Alright, so Blightsteel out, Tinker out. Pestermite, Force Spike in. In fact, his deck looks like a good deck to bring in the Deranged Hermit too. He just doesn't look like he can deal with an early Deranged Hermit. Don't know what I'm taking out. Maybe Spellskite, especially if I'm taking out Tinker. Pithing Needle can hit Dak Faden, if nothing else. Whoops. That's a funny way to lose the game. Alright, good hand. Opponent will mulligan to 6 now. Let's see what we got going on here. Black Lotus. Yes. No. And I'm drawing Eternal Witness next turn so I can E-Wit back the Black Lotus. Pretty sick. Value. If I play Pestermite, I have 2 mana, 3 mana. No, that doesn't work. Alright. Turn 2, Eternal Witness and Thrun. That seems good. Signet? Probably just gonna... Oh, Sylvan Library? Yeah, we're just gonna snap Croson. Snappity off that. Can't respond. 6U. Pestermite is Island next turn, I suppose. Oh, Pestermite is Forest next turn. No plays. Alright, I like that. Oh, flash effects. Vendilion Click. Okay. I guess we're gonna tap his click and response, so he doesn't get to block. Puts him to 8. Best draw next turn. What? Probably Bribery. Or Garrick or Nissa. Yeah, Garrick and Nissa both be very good too. Oh yeah, he just scoops him up. We YOLO'd game 1 with our Tinker Blightsteel, but we're just going the aggro route now. In fact, I should probably bring in the Serendib versus him too. It seems pretty sweet. Cut, cut, cut. What to cut? Maybe on the draw I can cut the Force. Yeah, I can cut the Force on the draw. He didn't see it either game. Mainly because game 1 it's not in the main deck, and game 2 I didn't draw it, but his deck seems a little bit slow, so if we can just aggro him out, that sounds fine. Not amazing, but fine. What did he do? Suspended Ancestral Vision, sure. Alright, if I tutor for something, what am I tutoring for? Yeah, no reason to tutor yet. Sakura Tribe Elder, sure. Again, nothing going on. We're just on the turn 3 Serendib. Not very exciting. He didn't sack the Tribe Elder end of turn, so didn't need that mana ramp. Shardless Agent. hitting Skull Clamp. Ugh. That's certainly value. He can't attach Skull Clamp and Saxacre Tri-Builder. It'll just die to the Skull Clamp. But I don't think it's worth it just passing my turn and playing Krosan Grip on the Skull Clamp there. It just, especially when he's drawing 3 cards in next turn. I want to apply some pressure. Control Magic. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna Krosan Grip the Control Magic. We actually have a nice turn if I draw a land here. Ugh, really wanted to hit a land. Because if I hit a land that turn, I would have had 5 lands. I would have been able to Krosan Grip the Control Magic and Mystical Tutor for bribery, and then immediately cast it. He's drawing 3 cards next turn. I think I'm just going to jam the Throne for now. Black Lotus would be an insane draw since we have Witness and Regrowth. Not that it nets much mana, but just gives us more things to do. In fact, it only nets 1 mana, and that's only off of the Regrowth. Eternal Witness, Black Lotus is just a quote-unquote free 2-1. Clamp equipped. Alright. How does Skull Clamp read? Whenever an equipped creature dies, draw 2 cards. So he would draw 2 cards if I Krosan Grip the Control Magic, get my Serendib back and block something, and the Serendib died. It says he draws 2 cards. Ooh, he's paying. What do you have for 4? Nothing scary, please. Garrick's a little bit scary. Maybe he untaps 2 lands. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, maybe that's not good. Impulse. Ugh. Alright, well, I'm going to attack Garrick with Thrun and see if he blocks first. I assume he's going to. Okay, that's fine. I could have Krosan Gripped it, but that seems such like a waste of a turn. I'm just going to Impulse for a land here, or Black Lotus. Pithing Needle. I mean, I could Pithing Needle Garrick, but I just want lands right now. Game plan here is just to Krosan Grip away the Control Magic. Not in the best of shape. It's fine. Now remember, he still controls the Skull Clamp. It just happens to be attached to the creature I control. So we're going to lose a life here on upkeep. He's probably moving the Skull Clamp over to the Beast. He still has 6 cards in his hand, but if he doesn't have a way to deal with the Serendib, then the Serendib can kill the Garrick. Mana. What do you got for me, buddy? 4 manas. 2 green, a red, and a blue. Xenagos, really, the Reveler. Huh. Interesting, I guess. I can still move the skull. Oh, he didn't move the skull clamp over. I don't know why. Alright. So this is going to attack Garrick. We're going to throw this at Xenagos. If he blocks... Oh, but I don't want to regenerate as a thing. Maybe he just chumps. I'll regenerate if he blocks with double. Because we still have fine follow-up plays. I think more than likely he might just chump with a Satyr and pass. Oh, he is going to double block. Okay. Oh, I guess there's no reason why he wouldn't double block, right? Yeah. This was actually stupid. Okay. You got me. My mistake. Ewit. It's probably safest to get Croson Grip since he has Skull Clamp. Again, still 5 cards in his hand. Pretty damn scary. Oh, you know what? That could be why he didn't block with, or sorry, he didn't move the Skull Clamp over the last turn, so that the Thrun wouldn't double eat. But he still would have drawn 2 cards, is the thing. I'm going to trade away for the 2/2 here. Not let him draw cards. I'll take 1 more point of damage, and then I'm going to go to 8 from the Serendib on my upkeep. Alright, that's fine. Alright, let's go for Bribery over Deranged. Okay. That's not bad at all. Interesting. That is not shabby, friends. He's a sort of Light and Shadow Tameo. His hand must kind of suck. I think I might just get Reclamation Sage, kill the Sylvan Library. Well, no, again, do I care if he draws any of these cards? Not really. No, not really at all. In fact, maybe I look at his hand and click him. See what's going on. Yeah, I think this is the safest play. Click him, see what he has. How much mana does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, well. Glad I did that. Glad I did that. Alright, let's kill Xenagos. Let's attack him for 4. This puts on the bottom, and he doesn't have a way to shuffle right now. Oh, glad I did that. If I draw a land next turn, I can regrow with the Bribery and get Reclamation or Riftwing. All right, he scoops it up. Woo! That was scary. Holy crap. So, important thing to note there. I think that Bribery was crucial. Well, I mean, obviously very crucial, but The deciding point was realizing that anything he could draw was not very good, right? Assuming I took the Reclamation Sage or the Riftwing Cloudskate, anything that he could draw was pretty irrelevant, but we don't know what he has in his hand, right? And so we'd rather take something devastating that's in his hand than something that's just, very, very okay from his deck. Because we got to look at everything, maybe he drew Sword of Light and Shadow, and maybe he drew Riftwing Cloudskate if I took Reclamation Sage and he bounced something and he got in for a few points of damage. That's not very relevant, right? But, the unknown. Fear of the unknown. Taking click there, saving our life. Alright, folks. Well, somehow we made it to round 3 with this concoction of cards. So, hope to see you back then. Alrighty. On to the finals of this Holiday Cube with our blue-green Black Lotus Bribery deck. Going up against a nice fellow, it seems. What's this do? This impulses end of turn 2 for Black Lotus for turn 3 Consecrated Sphinx. Calling it now. Impulse, Black Lotus, turn 3 Sphinx. Believable enough, right? Ooh. Well, guess I'm just playing Raphaelos instead. This leads to a turn 4 Consecrated Sphinx. Oh my. I have access to how much mana? 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's Impulse here, and then probably cast Eternal Witness. Let's see. You know what? I don't need Fauna Shaman or Tree Speaker or the land. I think we're going to take the Tutti Frutti here. Probably can just dig for another Bribery. Rather, the first Bribery. And I'm going to go ahead and just regrowth the Repulse since we have... Witness the Regrowth since we have... Witness the Impulse since we have Regrowth in hand. Anyways. Bribery. Oh, we still could do that. We have the Tinker plan, I forgot, for game 1. Which we have thus sided out almost every game. Alright. Green, green. Time Twister! Oh no, that's on his library. Sure. Oh, we just naturally drew the Bribery. Doesn't even need to Impulse for it. Alright, well, if I Bribery, that shuffles his library, but I don't think he's casting Time Twister next turn anyways. I think here I just want a Sphinx. Start getting value. And if he does opt to cast Time Twister next turn, then I'm going to draw a lot of cards because of the Sphinx. Alright, yes, I would. Blightsteel's not what I want to draw. Alright, so that land he had in hand. Grand Architect, sure. What's he doing here? Into Coalition Relic. Not bad, not bad. Do I want to upkeep Tutor for anything? And the answer being, well, we can hit Krosan Grip, which isn't terrible. Yeah, Krosan Grip on Relic's not bad. Is that worth it? How much mana am I going to have next turn? 2, 4, 6, 7. Not good enough. I think we just Bribery. I think we just Bribery and see what happens here. Show me the goodies. Get to look at his deck. Alright. So he has the Time Vault. He has the Cure's Follower to untap it. Terastodon, Venser. Oh, he has Ancestral Recall. Force of Will, Opposition. Huh. So he's just playing straight up Bant here. Spectral Opposition. Heartbeat is interesting. Winter Orb. Yeah, we're just going to get Nasty Terasti. I think that's a pretty easy Nasty Terasti there. Alright, let's blow up this, and he's drawing an island, but I think we're going to go ahead and blow up the last one anyways. Seems good to me. I would indeed like to use the ability. Let's play a Spellskite for good measure. And we can regrowth the Bribery next turn to get, I don't know, Venser or anything else. Pretty solidly locked up position here. Alright, so he has Island in hand now. We drew the Croson Grip. That's pretty good versus opposition, I hear. Again, we're just drawing all of our Mystical Tutor targets. I think this game's pretty over. Alright. Let's just go to combat. Terastodon's already done its work. If he wants to triple block with the elephants, I am A-okay with that. Sounds good to me. We'll trade. Plenty of options here. I don't need to regrowth Bribery. That doesn't necessarily accomplish too much. I think we're just going to lead with an Impulse and see what we're digging to. Sort of Feast and Famine. Oh, Tanglewire. Sort of Feast and Famine is great here, but Tanglewire is just going to completely lock him down. 3, 4, 5. I still have 7 mana. Alright, well, let's play the Tanglewire. I'm going to Croson Grip the Courser on upkeep. Oh wait, this was a mistake. I'm sorry. For some reason I thought I was going to see what he was going to draw, but I should have Croson Gripped. I should have just Croson Gripped and made him tap down everything. I guess I still can. Alright, don't listen to me. I'm stupid. Tap down your team. Yada yada. Are you dead? So his opposition is hand. He had a Plains in his hand that he was sandbagging. Interesting. 1, 2, 3. Hit you for 8. No, hit you for 7. Sorry, 6. He's going to have to tap down 3 permanents, so I'm going to go ahead and regrowth the Bribery. Just completely lock him out. Thanks for the creatures, buddy. I guess I have to be a little bit wary about balance. Maybe not. Alright, well, Time Vault combo is kind of scary. But looks like he has no way to deal with the Blightsteel, so if we can just tinker Blightsteel, that seems pretty solid. I think we want to... What do I want to do here? My only answer to that, the Time Vault, is the Croson Grip. Oh, I guess I have Pithing Needle. Never mind. That also works. Alright. We'll just ship it back. If there's a time to tinker out Blightsteel, it's during this match. So let's hope we can do it. and just not have it stolen for one time in our lives. Opponent's still sideboarding. I'm going to pause it real quick. Alright, game 2. We're up a game in the finals here. Opponent mulligan. We got a nice one. Turn 1 ponder, turn 2 looter. Not too shabs. Potential tinker nonsense. Go on if we can set it up. Thrun and 2 lands. I'm not going to keep that. That's not good enough. Looking for an artifact. Or just non-lands in general. And 2 is too many. Uh-oh. What do we got here? Thalia. Interesting. Well, that means Mystical Tutor costs 2. Tinker costs 3. Regrowth costs 3, but we don't have anything to tinker anyways. Eternal Witness plus Looter is pretty strong. We just have to start getting scared if the opponent plays Kura's Follower. Then I will know to Mystical Tutor for a Croson Grip. Winter Orb? Oh my. Interesting choice. Let's loot here. I guess we're trying to hit like Pithing Needle. Trigger on the stack. Opponent, what are you doing? Ooh, Spell Scout's a nice one too. Alright, I'll take it. I will absolutely take that one. I think the opponent might have hurt himself with that Winter Orb there. Alright, let's try to hit Lotus, shall we? Lotus would let us tinker this turn. Sword of Feast and Famine. Not exactly what we want. Discard another land. Yeah, I'm still pretty far away from being able to do all of that. In fact, I probably should have kept one of those lands so I could Nissa next... Oh, no, I can't Nissa next turn because of Thalia. Never mind. I was going to say because we could Nissa next turn and untap 4 lands, but... We're just biding time here. If I can get Sword of Feast and Famine active, then we're pretty much GG. Tangle Wire's quite funny. Go ahead and ditch that. Alright, we just need to draw land next turn and we can start untapping all of our lands. Make the Winter Orb hurt the opponent so much more than me. Spellskite currently beats the Kura's Follower Time Vault combo because I can redirect the Kura's Follower to Spellskite. Opponent has access to 5 manas currently. I need to naturally draw land here to be able to equip the Sword of Feast and Famine prior to attacking the looter. Yeah, but even if we don't, we're okay. Opponent in the tank here. Spellskite can also redirect anything that tries to kill the Sword of Feast and Famine, which is pretty nice for us. Alright, just passing turn. Might have a counter of some sort. Alright, well, we drew the land, so I'm certainly going for it. I guess counter wouldn't do anything in this position, would it? Can't really counter a sword activation. Not in the technical means, anyways. Alright, let's go to combat. Again, Spellskite, redirect anything that tries to kill the sword here. Or looter for that matter. Untap our lands, play Nissa, untap forests. Bada boom, bada bing. Ooh. I'm going to go ahead and keep that in hand. In fact, I'm going to discard the Mystical Tutor now. We don't need it anymore. Alright, discarded Spectral Procession. Let's see, I can also Eternal Witness here, get back Tangle Wire, but I'm 1 mana short of Tangle Wiring, so I think I do just want to jam the Nissa, untap lands. And then we can Eternal Witness something. Seems like getting a Planeswalker on this board is pretty solid. I could also just make a 4/4. Opponent's already on 10. And I'd have 2 4/4 Tramplers able to attack next turn. Let's do that. Okay, it's past turn. End of turn, end of turn. Got any fast effects? Show me, show me, show me. 1, 2, 3, Venser. Okay. I hope he tries to bounce the Winter Orb. Because I'm going to redirect that to Spellskite. Because I think he was probably going to try to go off with like Heartbeat, since we saw that when he looked at his deck with Bribery. I mean, this means Nissa dies, but that's fine. He only gets to untap 1 land. And again, with Eternal Witness and Regrowth, we have all of the cards in our graveyard are effectively in our hand. I think this was a really nice retarget for Spellskite there. So now the opponent's still pinched on mana. We still have a Sorted Looter. We have a 4/4 Forest. Trampling Forest. And that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm a little bit surprised that this deck got there. Again, this is the type of deck that sort of preys on the unfair decks, but I guess we didn't really play in any unfair deck against any unfair decks. Lots of sloppy play for sure, but there were also a lot of nice plays, including that last redirect to the Spellskite. There was that Bribery for the Vendilion Click, which was really nice. I think that's what I've been realizing a lot during the Holiday Cube. Sure, you can do unfair things and certainly win very quickly, but a lot of the times it's just better to have a nice consistent deck. Wow, I actually never played this turn 1, nor did I ever play it or level it, did I? I think Swords and Bribery were the MVPs. But hey, thank you all for watching. Glad we could 3-0 that draft, and hope to see you on stream or on YouTube again. Don't forget to subscribe. This is Kenji, out.